This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Westminster, Colorado. I'm here at OrthoPets. Since 2003, they have provided custom-made prosthetic devices for pets, while based here in Colorado, really serving pets across the globe. I'm here with Martin, who is the owner and founder. Thanks so much for joining us, Martin. Let's start off a little bit about this organization. We go back to 2003. This really began as a hobby, really for helping animals. You definitely have done that. We're talking about 13,000 animals now in 35 countries. Share with me a little bit how this got started for you.
I began this whole profession of orthotics and prosthetics helping kids, working in the human profession. I loved the career, I loved the opportunities, and then I just stumbled into this animal opportunity. It became a really fantastic way for me to do what I love, which is be creative and build things that help. In this case, I get to help pets and their owners. So that's been the process.
That is very cool. Kind of stumbled into it, yet it was something that was a good fit for you. Let's educate the viewers a little bit out there. Many of them maybe have heard of a prosthetic device before. Yet I don't know if any of them have heard of a orthotic device. Share with me kind of the difference between the two there.
Yeah, the difference between orthotics and prosthetics. Prosthetics are artificial limbs. So we've lost a piece of a limb segment and we're going to make a prosthesis to get back to 4 legs. The word orthotic just means to brace an existing leg. So think of a knee brace for a football player. That's the orthotic.
So pretty big difference between the two, definitely, for sure. You are able to fabricate the pieces right here, in-house, state-of-the-art, huge facility here. This is really a customized approach. This is not a one-size-fits-all. You're really able to customize it to the needs of the patient.
Absolutely. The most important thing is there's a family who has a pet and they have a goal. Our job here is to understand that environment. Where do they live? What do they do? So that when we make that device, it might have the same name for the thousands of devices we've made, but it's for that dog and for that family.
Interesting. A large portion of what you do definitely are braces. So let's talk a little bit about that. Are you to say that, I know humans have knee problems, but are you telling me pets have knee problems too?
Yep, almost more significantly than us as human patients do. So those ACL injuries with the dog's knee, Achilles tendon injuries, all of the same kind of things that happen to us happen in dogs. They're just more active and more excited about life than sometimes we are.
Absolutely. One of the things, obviously not everyone's vets out there, so you discussed ACL, an ACL tear. Describe that a little bit for the viewers, because that's something that's probably pretty common if you're a pet owner that you might hear your vet have to bring up to you.
Yeah, so this fun comparative anatomy between humans and animals. ACL is the term that we use for a ligament in our knee that becomes injured or ruptured, torn. It makes our knee unstable. In the dog world, you would go to your veterinarian and you'd hear the phrase cranial cruciate ligament, CCL. So it's the same thing, but in dogs we use different terms for those pieces of anatomy. So ACL injury, CCL injury, it means you've ruptured or injured a ligament in your dog's stifle, which is our knee, and there's a lot of surgical interventions available. Our braces also can be used, so lots of choices.
Interesting. These devices are engineered biomechanically really to fit the best. Does that also pretty much reduce pain? Least amount of pain possible.
Yeah, so when we look at how do we actually engineer and create these devices, the 3-dimensional scanning, the modeling that we make to create these shapes is both geared for patient comfort, so it fits good, it fits comfortably, but also that it does the mechanical job for the patient. So both are very important.
Interesting. Obviously, knee problems are more common. Less common is the need for a prosthetic. The old saying, a 3-legged dog does fine. Are we to say that's not really that true?
Well, I will say it in 2 ways. One, the evidence now shows that it's actually harmful for these pets to get around on 3 legs. Now, we understand why sometimes we need to remove a leg. Absolutely understand that. But when we use the old myth that a 3-legged dog does fine, what we're actually saying is we don't understand the biomechanics of a 4-legged dog. They're built for 4 legs, not 3. So when we provide the prosthetic solution so you can go back to a 4-legged gait pattern, be a 4-legged dog, we're restoring normal. So you don't have to be abnormal just because you didn't know. So it's a way to provide the restoration back to normal, or as close to normal as you could be.
It's back to restoring that life back to close to what it should be in the first place. What are some of the reasons that a pet may be missing a leg for some reason? And regardless of the reason, are you pretty much able to help?
Right. So on one hand, we don't care about the reason, because we can just get involved and restore that function back to as near normal as possible. When pets have partial limb amputations, it's either because of an injury. So if we thought about a car accident or a lawnmower, there are some very severe injuries that happen. But on the other hand, it's a medical thing. So cancer, a significant trauma has occurred. So there's going to be either you had an accident or there's something going on within your body that requires a partial limb amputation.
Obviously, as a pet owner, I mean, these are not our pet, these are our children. I mean, we love our pets. And to start that process, when you realize that something has to be done, it can be kind of overwhelming. Share with me some of the tools you have there on the site.
Yeah, overwhelming for owners and veterinarians who are not exposed to this option. So on our website, we have several forms that you could choose from to really engage with us. If you're looking for some help, but you're not sure if we can help, well, we have a form for that. If you're into a little more advanced to the process, we have another form for that. So right on our website are tools to help you engage with us so we can meet your pet and understand what you're seeing.
Interesting. If someone has a pet out there, and is it important for them to get an evaluation on the front end to find out if they're a good candidate for a prosthetic?
Everything that we do here requires a veterinarian involvement. So the evaluation, the understanding of what really is going on, so that when you as an owner make a decision, you're as informed as you can be, so you know what to expect.
When people are out there seeking a prosthetic, is it important they know that there's a difference between human prosthetics versus animal prosthetics when they're out doing their due diligence, finding out who to work with?
The variance between a human provider of orthotics and prosthetics or an animal provider. The animal is so different. They have 4 legs, we have 2. But a significant difference is, how does the prosthesis touch the leg? We don't have a fur coat. Our skin behaves so different than a dog's skin. So understanding all of the little differences are so important. You don't learn to play piano if you're trying to play the violin. It's just very different.
That is interesting. I mean, tell me a little bit about the facility back there. I see some pretty fancy machinery there, state of the art. Have you seen improvements in that technology just in the 15 years you've been around?
Yeah, so back in the early 90s when I started in this human career, plaster molds and scraping plaster was the way, real artists and hands-on work. Well, now we have this evolution of computer-aided design. So now we've gone away from all the physical work of pouring models and making it, and now we're scanning in these models and making 3-dimensional shapes all in the computer, and then finally either carving it out to make the form or 3D printing it out to make the device.
I would imagine the minute nuances that you discussed earlier, they can really be more controlled now, I would imagine, when it comes to computerization.
The most important thing for us is the ability to take images, radiographs, and superimpose them on the 3-dimensional model we have. So when we talk about accuracy, we're talking about carrying about a 0.5 millimeter. We can be that precise. So back to the comfort, the fit, and the function. We take that very seriously, and we've brought in equipment and technology to accomplish that.
Obviously, more than just equipment fills the building here. We're talking about a team of experts, not only here in the building, but you have aligned yourself up with teams pretty much across the globe that can help you. Is really the bottom line, the goal in helping animals? Does that still stay true?
Yeah, number one, we have a family, and there's a family pet out there that deserves the best possible outcome. So the staff that we have here care immensely about animals and that human-animal bond. When we work with our partner clinics here in the United States, our distribution partners across the globe, we identify people who have that same passion and core value as us.
Interesting. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, you're going to take a look at the different products they're able to provide you there. Honestly, their website is chock full of information. You're going to learn a lot. You've got FAQs. They've got videos on there. They've got terms, medical terms that maybe you don't know about. And honestly, this is an organization that began about helping animals. It continues that way today. Check out the testimonials. You're going to find out that this is a team that seeks to find solutions. Sometimes the unsolvable solutions is really what challenges them every day, but they have the technology as well as the experience to get your pet back to a normal life, if you will. This is something that started out as a hobby. You've learned quite a bit. Does it still continue to be challenging for you, yet at the same time rewarding at the end of the day?
Oh, that's hitting the nail on the head. Just earlier this week, we were contacted by a zoo who has a flamingo who has a ligament laxity in an ankle joint. So it might seem like the same injury, but the species are so diverse, from Great Danes to Chihuahuas to flamingos. So every day is always unique and challenging and different, but it's also equally rewarding.
That is so cool. You guys have been in the news not only for replacing one limb, but also replacing all four. We're talking about a four-legged prosthetic dog. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, again, back to diversity. It might be another golden retriever or yellow lab, but every case is always just uniquely different, and we treasure that. That's really important to us.
That is excellent. Viewers, last time, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Their contact information is right there. If you are not sure, maybe your vet has recommended prosthetics, definitely take a look out there because there is a difference between animal prosthetics versus human prosthetics. This is a gentleman that has really worked a little bit in each and fell into this by chance. Found out that it was really a passion that he was able to help pets out there. Check out the website, full information there. Once again, that is OrthoPets, Center for Veterinary Orthotics and Prosthetics, located right here in Westminster. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.